Goody, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy WhosManz. You already know what time it is. Wanted to show you guys something out of Gunwing Stack. Now I'm still in the Cowboys playbook, so this is definitely the second part of the scheme. So I'm showing you this one I guess concept, and not necessarily play, because you can run it, as you see, out of a lot of different formations. But in particular, I know Bermy Star always talks about, Cowboys using gunwing stack, or just a wing formation. They use a lot, double tight ends on one side. But this play here is great, especially if your opponent runs man a lot, or they blitz heavily, cover three, too high. Mesh is great. The Packers used it a lot last year, which obviously got Aaron Rodgers the MVP. But yeah, man, let's get into it. All right, so a couple of things that you need to know about this play. And I'm gonna move this outside here, and I'm just gonna run it basically so you guys can see. So this is a variation, and this is also another variation here. The stack is also always hard to cover, because they're so close. The DBs, you can't press stack, number one, and there's a lot of confusion that happens with this. So I'm gonna just run this play, as you see there, and now we're gonna go into the instant replay, and I'll show you guys what's going on here. So with mesh, you have two underneath drag routes. One's supposed to come high, one's supposed to come low. And what that usually does is, what you're gonna see here, when they cross, usually one of these DBs will rub off, or they'll choose a player to cover primarily. So you definitely have the option to go with them. Usually with this concept, however, you see the DB sitting super far outside here, and this DB sitting super far back. So usually, whichever guy you have on a drag, whether it's CeeDee Lamb or Cooper, that's the guy you really want to target. Now, usually with this DB coming down and obviously taking CeeDee Lamb, I would usually take him out of the picture. And seeing as how it looks like Jarwin would usually get open on this, if they're committing super hard to CeeDee Lamb, that's another option. And as you see here, if you're patient, it looks like that DB stops, so they're obviously in zone, and CeeDee Lamb is open wide over the middle. Now you can throw this right away. As you see, you have a ton of space. You have a potential blocker here, and the flat zone is taking Elliott out the back. So there's just a lot of potential to get extra yardage up here. So on this first play, obviously I'm showing you guys the mistakes in this entire scheme, and I am doing this the mesh scheme right here. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. So like I explained when I went over this to beginning, the user went with the drag, and you see the backside linebacker there is just kind of in space, leaving that hitch in the middle of the field open. What I should have done is not run so far out of the pocket. I should have stayed in the pocket pretty comfortably. And the second I seen him go towards the drag, just throw it directly to the hitch route in the middle, because that is an option with this play. But instead, I try to get out the pocket and doing a little, just doing too much. Uh, that's where this play just is pretty nice. So as you see here, we're gonna go back and then boom. And I mean, part of it too is that the hitch, kind of went into the linebacker there. So this is the exact next drive, and as you see here, make the exact same mistake, where I don't take what the user is giving me. The user goes down to the drag, and I throw the drag instead of throwing it to the hitch. As you see there, the linebackers getting held by both the drags at this point. It looks like the user is already committing to going towards the CD Lamb drag there, and instead I just force it to CD Lamb. So when you run this play, definitely take your time and make sure that you understand where the defense is going. That way you can make the proper reads, because obviously last time it led to an interception. This time it leads to a drop. So this is a trips tight end, and right here I take my time, I make my proper read, and I want to break it down here in a second. So I see that I have the advantage to the left side. I see that the slot, or the slot corner, drifts back to take the deep out route. So I go underneath to CD Lamb, throw it to him. Now I make I make a mistake on the exact same play later in the game, which I'm going to show you, which is why you have to really take your time, be calm, and assess the defense the correct way. So let's get into it. So this is the play I make the mistake on, and you see here that the corner kind of takes the flat route, but the mistake that I make is he's playing directly in between, and I should have re-flatted the CD Lamb there. So I ended up taking a little bit too much time, and I force it into the deep out. Or I should have taken the flat route by the running back, seeing as the flat on the right side, this is a cover 2, is just a little too far back. I could have hit Zeke and at least picked up a couple of yards, but you see here I force it into Gallup and throw a pick 6. Now this is a smash concept, and there's a couple of times where I made mistakes. This is not one of them. I actually make the correct read here. On this play, however, I just get a little too trigger happy, and I throw it directly to the flat, which results in another pick. And we're gonna go over there and look at it. So right at this point here, I'm gonna show you guys right there. I should have seen that the corner went directly to the flat, which means I had one-on-one Amari Cooper with the safety over there, or the corner I should say. This is cover 3, which also meant that I had one-on-one underneath, because this is 1st and 10, so I don't have to get 10 yards. So I could have either gone underneath to the drag route because Simmons is backed off, and if Simmons commits to the drag, I could have hit that deep end, the deep dig. But of course I get trigger happy, throw it to the flat, and it gets picked off. So these are a couple of the mistakes. Definitely make sure you take your time when making your reads, because these things will happen. All right, so that's going to be it for part 1. Just showing you the mistakes and what you should be looking for, because it's one thing to give you guys the play and all that stuff, and I could show you guys what it looks like when you make the correct read, but sometimes you have to learn from failure. So showing you guys the misreads that I make, and the causes and the things I could have done to prevent that from happening. So stay tuned, because tomorrow I will show you part 2 and the correct reads that I make, and yeah, I have more gameplay on that. And then, like I said, stay tuned on Tuesday where I have the actual game. Um, I do a pretty good job there. So, peace out and thank you for watching.